Lionel Messi's 2024 preseason debut for Inter Miami was short-lived, but for good reason. Inter Miami's Big Four of Messi, Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba, all former Barcelona standouts, played only the first half of their first preseason game against the El Salvador national team Friday night. The match ended in a scoreless draw. Messi is the biggest soccer draw in the world, and fans at Estadio Cuscatlán in San Salvador, El Salvador, cheered loudly every time he touched the ball, and sent him off with waves as he left the Inter Miami bench in the 87th minute to head to the locker rooms. Inter Miami will travel more than 25,000 miles during their preseason World Tour before the 2024 MLS season officially begins. This was just the first leg of the trip. Inter Miami's next preseason game will be on Monday night against FC Dallas at the Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas. Messi had 2 chances in the first half to treat fans with a goal, but came up short. He kicked a free kick into a crowd of defenders just before halftime, and missed a shot on goal in the 35th minute, stopped by El Salvador goalie Mario Gonzalez. Alba also missed a shot on goal, blocked by Gonzalez, while Suarez and Busquets also had their touches in the first half. But when the second half began, Inter Miami's Big Four was substituted out. So, Inter Miami coach Tata Martino was diligent with the lineup. 4 other Inter Miami starters, Tomas Aviles, Gressell, DeAndre Yedlin and Benjamin Cremaschi, were substituted out in the 63rd minute. And Inter Miami finished playing with 10 men because Facundo Farias, a promising youngster who returned from last year's roster, left with an apparent knee injury. It was the first match Messi, Suarez, Busquets and Alba played together since 2020. It was also the second time Messi and his Inter Miami teammates wore their black jerseys since he joined the team last July. One of Inter Miami's young, promising players left the pitch due to injury. Facundo Farias left with an apparent knee injury, and needed to be carried off on a stretcher just before the 70th minute of action. Inter Miami will finish this match with 10 players on the pitch, instead of 11. Farias entered the game in place of Messi when the second half began. Now, his availability is in question likely for the rest of Inter Miami's preseason, and possibly this season, depending on the severity. Messi's night is over after the first half of action. As the second half began, Inter Miami's Big Four headed to the bench. Messi, Luis Suarez, Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets were all substituted out of Friday's match against El Salvador at the Estadio Cuscatlán in San Salvador, El Salvador. It might not be the amount of time fans in El Salvador would have loved to see, but Inter Miami's worldwide preseason tour is jam-packed with travel in the next 20 days, and the playing load Inter Miami will experience in 2024 will be arduous.